Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Mornings with Meridian. Thank you for tuning in to the 2 best hours of local live talk radio right here in East Mississippi and West Alabama this fun Friday, December the 13th. Oh, okay. Well, I'll just say we're glad you're out there tuned in or streaming in, whichever it happens to be. And of course, say hello to the man to my left while I take a sip of this good Green Mountain Columbia Select medium roast. Say hi to Rob Atkinson.
Wow, that was very specific there.
I started reading labels now.
Is that the best they had?
It's the best they had. It was. I'm not a dark roast person. I'm a medium roast. So,
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. We've been talking about it. We're going to get a coffee maker in this particular studio.
In the studio. Yeah, I was wondering if I was going to have time for this the company Keurig to.
It does take a while
to drip this coffee. Well, if it stayed hot all the time, that'd be nice. But heating, waiting for the red line to come across, and you can hit. Okay, hit the pod. Hit the button. Okay, hit through. That's nice. I get it. They're kind of fun, but it's different than when you just go up and get a pot and pour it.
Is there any kind of particular coffee maker we need? Just a plain old coffee maker.
I like the word bun.
Bun?
I like bun.
You like bun with your coffee?
I do like honey butter in my coffee.
Yeah, could Billy Jack have a stash of honey buns back here?
Oh yeah, he would do that. I mean, he kept Little Debbie in business because he had buns in there.
Sure did. Lots of buns in the studio.
But all right, come out here in the studio and check out our buns. All right. Well, the thing, Mr. Coffee, all these little, just where you can have a nice, a good 12 cup pot of coffee that you can work on. Yeah, that's hey, you gonna work on that?
I'm gonna work on that.
I love it when they put Rob in charge.
Make things happen around here.
Anyway, as you are having your coffee this morning, hope you're listening in and if you have some things you'd like to put in on the show, where we've got a lot to talk about, of course, local things. We've got a guest coming in to talk about something important and local. Tell us a little bit about that, Ron.
Yeah, we're going to have Chris Copel stop by to see us from the Sheriff's Office. There's some building behavior. We'll talk about their canned food drive coming up tomorrow at the Sheriff's Office.
All right. The canned food drive.
That's right.
No boxes.
And just be nice to the sheriff guy, so bring by your canned food.
I'd like a can of green bean. I'm wondering if you can get a box of Kraft mac and cheese. That's fine too. Not to be picky or anything. But, that's when I thought. That's when I knew I could cook. I could cook. Whenever Mom was at work and Dad was at work, I was home from school, and I could take a frozen block of broccoli out of the freezer, chopped broccoli, and I could put it in a pot to boil water. I could do that. I could go in the cupboard and I could pop open a cardboard pack of macaroni, and once it was boiled, I could cut the pack open and sprinkle the cheese in,
powder,
mix the powder in, and I'm sure there's a third thing I must put on the plate. But when all of these things, you realize, hey, I'm a cook. So, no, you can thaw out frozen food and you can open boxes. That's what you can
Shut up, Gordon Ramsay. I know what I'm doing.
That's right.
You can yell at me all you want. I know what I'm doing.
Little did I know. Hey, they got all these food channels and everything. How about the best dishes from cheap food?
That'd be a good show. In today's times, it would be.
They're going with all this gourmet stuff, this fancy stuff. Let's see the best you can do with cheap food.
Let's go to the grocery store and buy stuff for less than $20. Well, that's 2 items, maybe.
That's right. Best meal under $5. Sounds like it's going to be a Little Debbie honey bun. There you go.
Tic Tacs and a candy bar, maybe.
Ooh, there you go. Well, listener, look at here. Gas Pastor sending me bun coffee makers are the best. He says he is.
Oh no.
This is a little bit too much for our studio because it has the burner on top. This is what we used to have. He has sent me a picture of the Bun VPR 12-cup commercial pour-over coffee maker with 2 glass rafts.
Well, there you go. That's nice.
That'd be a little bit much for this little studio.
Yeah.
A single burner would be fine.
Get you like the little what do you always have the little coffee makers in the hotel rooms, like the little itty bitty ones?
Oh yeah, those are the But here's the thing about it: the good thing about those, you add the water and you hit the button and they start. It's not like you're waiting for it to warm up.
Yeah, it is a battle up here. It is.
I expect it to work in these conditions up here.
And when I talk about traveling, they always have the travel with my own ceramic mug. I'm just not going to do the paper cup thing.
You're so bougie.
Wait a minute. I don't have a box at Mississippi State. I don't have.
I don't
have any of that stuff. Don't try to put me up there with those high floor people. Let me tell you something.
I'll tell you something right now, man.
Yeah, I'll admit it.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, we had a 2-hole outhouse. I mean, not everybody in my neighborhood had a 2-hole outhouse.
That's big.
So yeah, we're a little bit bougie.
Big time.
And there goes those Burks, like how they hold their nose up in the air. Well, we're holding our nose for sure. Why can't you figure that out?
I gotta put my coat on to go to the bathroom.
That's exactly what we did. That's exactly what we did. Come on, people. There's no bougie here.
That's right.
I love it. Yeah, we're a 2-holer. Yeah, that's exactly right. Well, when you come from a affluent family. Oh, no. Started off in the Barney Fife there. Glad you're out there. Want you to be part of the show? Here's our number: 601-485-9191. 601-485-9191. Put you right here on the show with us, and we'd love to. We'd love to hear from you. But I was just going to say, the outhouse on the farm, much better than these porta johns.
Oh gosh.
I know if you're in an event, you have to wait until there's totally no other option before you go in there.
It's like yay for a porta potty in the middle of July in Mississippi. Yippee!
I gotta go to the bathroom.
Is that my only option?
Yep. Okay.
Honey, give me the key. I gotta go to the bathroom. Well, the porta john rose right over there. No. I'm getting a car. I'm going down to the corner station. I'm going to the Target store. I don't know, Walmart or something.
Is it number 1 or number 2? 1.
You see that oak tree over there? I'm gonna go behind there.
Oh, how did Fun Friday get so deep into the toilet so far?
Hey, potty humor is fun.
Wow.
I'm just saying a porta potty in the month of July, Mississippi is not my idea of fun.
I have a lot of people out there that are trying to help us with our coffee problems here. So that you can
like it.
You can get a coffee pot at Walmart that uses the pods for $20. Okay. So those pods you're talking about.
Yeah, then you got to buy the pods.
You got to buy the pods. Well, no, the company has them. We just I don't know.
Hey, bring a few.
The company down the hall supplies coffee. We just bring them down here.
We'll just keep that between us.
Oh yeah. Secrets.
Why is there so much coffee missing?
I don't know.
We're keeping secrets like the one.
They check the cameras, they're going to find us. So.
I've been trying to keep secrets as personal problems. There's going to be a press conference today at the Navy base, and of course, as you would expect, Facebook is kind of blowing out the reason why they're having a press conference up at the Navy base. So much for keeping secrets. But since it's Christmas, I'll just give you a hint. In March of 26, just like the shepherds in the field, we're going to be visited by angels.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Enough said. I'll leave that. Leave that. And Penny, if you're listening, I'm not breaking promises. It's all over Facebook. Anyway,
it's ridiculous. It's all over Facebook. I mean, good Lord.
Come on. Anyhow, that's exciting. All right. Well, but I am very much interested in here a little bit more to flesh out the details. So
that'll be
the press conference will be definitely at 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock, and of course, we'll have more details on Monday when we get back on the air.
Yeah.
So there you go.
It's like 3 days old.
Exactly.
Okay.
It is what it is.
News cycle.
Yep.
Speaking of news cycle, it's amazing. It's amazing that the government can know exactly how much money I have in my bank account. They know exactly where I am at all times. They can ping me whenever they feel like it, but they don't know a blooming thing about these drones that are flying over Jersey. Tell me about this.
Huh? First of all, if this happened down in the South, there would be no drones left in the sky.
Hey, hold the beer, watch this. Pow!
I think I'm done skeet shooting. I like drone shooting.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. Like, well, here's what I can see going to happen out of all this. It's everything that flies continues to go up in cost, right?
Yeah.
So what these drones are probably going to start requiring them to have what we have in airplanes, and that is little, they call them transponders that send out a signal as to identifying that specific aircraft. So
well,
they're probably going to start requiring that for drones.
Yeah, John Kirby up there at the press conference yesterday. And I'm like, we're sitting here supposed to believe you? I mean, really?
And I quote, John Kirby told reporters that the Department of Homeland Security, the FBI, and the state and local law enforcement agencies have not been able to corroborate any of the reported visual sightings of drones in New Jersey. He went on to say that officials have concluded these are actually manned aircraft that are being operated lawfully, in a statement that drew pushback from some of the reporters present. Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas.
Oh,
well, we're going to miss saying that name, aren't we? Alejandro Mayorkas. That's almost like a line from Zorro. My name is Alejandro Mayorkas. Okay. Or maybe from the Princess Bride. My name is Alejandro Mayorkas. Prepare to die. FBI Director Christopher Wray and FAA head Michael Whitaker are sent a letter yesterday from high-powered members of Congress, including Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. Schumer's got to get relevant again.
Yeah, right.
Chuck's got to get relevant, and Cory Booker and Eddie Kim and Kristen Gillibrand they're demanding a briefing on the unmanned aircraft systems, after John Kirby claimed the majority of the sightings were of regular aircraft. New Jersey State Senator Brian Bergen said that Kirby is a fool.
Did you read there's an article there is an article on Fox this morning that says New Jersey residents frustrated with the lack of answers regarding dozens of potential drone sightings in the skies above their homes are threatening to take action on their own if the government doesn't start providing answers. James Ward, a Jersey Shore realtor, shared video on Facebook that he said showed SUV-sized drones above Island Beach State Park taken Sunday. It's difficult to judge their size in the clip, which showed a number of lights hovering in the sky. This caption said dozens of SUV-sized drones in all directions emerging at the same time and flying over the ocean and then heading in different directions. And then one person replied, "Well, a good shotgun will fix that problem." And then another person said, "Semi-auto 3-inch Magnum full choke, yeah, that'll work too." So a lot of people are thinking about, well, if the government's not going to do anything, we're going to take matters in their own hands and try to find out what these are.
Yeah, please don't shoot at things in the sky, folks. Please, don't do that.
But it's amazing to me just how the U.S. government's so stinking clueless on this, and then you've got people in the House saying that, well, it's it's folks from overseas like Iran and this type of stuff. I mean, they wouldn't just say that to say that, So they're in all these intelligence briefings. I mean, it's just like they wouldn't say that to say that. So.
It's interesting. This is, of course, I will say this. What we call an SUV size drone?
Yeah.
We call it an airplane.
Yeah.
It's an aircraft or a helicopter. So,
but it's hundreds of these things up there. I mean,
well, have you ever seen a drone display at an event?
Yeah.
Have you seen one, a light display?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Computer generated, computer operated, keeping those drones from running each other. That's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, that's an organized event. I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
Doesn't this kind of remind you of the spy balloon thing? You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
How many days it took the government just to even respond to that? So,
I'd be willing to bet you that the Largo County Sheriff's Department probably has more information on this than the federal government does. But
I don't know about that.
if you wonder why I said it, you can look at your Facebook camera and see why I said that. But anyhow, please have a seat there. Our guest has come in and on time and early as well he should. Good night. How many sets of handcuffs do you need? Oh, I forgot. This is Lauderdale County. I got you. All right.
Somebody just turned in. How many handcuffs do you have?
Yeah, there you go. So there we go. And we're going to be talking a little bit about. We're not going to start just yet. It's going to be a little bit early to start this conversation. We're just going to hold off, right? Before we start talking, or you want to start it right now?
You push the buttons. You do what you need to do.
All right. I'll tell you what. Here's what we really need to do. We need to tell people, enough about outhangers. Let's talk about what you do with real plumbing.
Real plumbing.
Let's talk about what people need to do about real plumbing.
Oh, that's just the Gary Barber and staff down at Barber and Son Plumbing, of course, located right there at 1123 26th Avenue in Meridian. Of course, Gary and them every plumbing part available. Small commercial jobs, residential jobs. They'll do remodeling jobs for you as well. And for all you do it yourselfers, if you get stuck on a project, Gary has the solution for you. Of course, they're third generation down there at Barber and Sons Plumbing. And go by and see them today. Once again, that address is 1123 26th Avenue. Don't go to the big box stores and get lost up and down all those aisles trying to find the right part. Go see Gary and shop local with Barber and Sons Plumbing. Their number is 601-482-7023. That's 601-482-7023. That's our good friends down at Barber and Sons Plumbing. And what do we always call them? They're Plumbing University. They'll teach you everything you need to know if you get stuck on a project.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step on you there.
That's fine.
I am a graduate of PU.
PU.
That's right, Plumbing University. Let's see, that'd be BPU, wasn't it? Barber's Plumbing University.
Yeah.
All right.
Put it on a shirt.
They have a ball team. Yeah. Call them the Cats.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can pet the cat when you're on the counter. 601-485-9191. Good morning, caller. How you doing?
Ben Roger, how are you doing today?
Hey, Mr. Mayor.
Here we have it. The mayor of Circulana checking in here. Sir, can you tell us about those drones in Jersey?
Oh, yes, I certainly can. First off, this I believe it's come a lot of time, something like that law says you cannot fly over somebody else's property and look and find and search for evidence of any kind. You can't do it from the air. The next thing it bothers me is say that's federally authorized claims. You can't shoot them down. So we got one law conflicting with the other. I think if you shoot one down with a shot or something, how are they going to identify who shot it down? I didn't do it.
Yeah, I just, as you well know, because you, sir, are a pilot yourself, and you would understand, we don't want the public getting used to firing weapons in the air toward aircraft.
Well, I would have them in the street firing everything.
Yeah, but I don't want to shoot an airplane. That's right. I try to get above the street so where it's safe.
No, I'm not talking about an airplane. I'm talking about drones.
Oh, I know it. I know. But you know these yahoos, they start shooting this stuff. They won't stop, They'll just keep it up.
Well, I remember a friend of mine shooting at a D3 Cook when he was coming in and landing with a slingshot and a rock.
Oh,
mercy. He hit the wing with the rock.
Really?
Yeah.
What did the pilot do to your friend after that?
Well, didn't anybody know it was being him.
Oh, all right. Some of these best kept secrets now coming out.
But the time it got to the wing, it was about lost its trajectory speed anyway.
Yeah.
It really didn't break the canvas. Oh, me.
Well, you kids, I don't know. I'm glad you turned out good because you became a member of the Civil Air Patrol, and you would go searching for downed aircraft, and we appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, that's why the Lord's leaving me here so long. I make many mistakes. He's trying to give me all the time he can for me to correct all my errors, sins, confusion I've caused in the past. I guess that's fine.
Well, see, you just confessed that one, so that's what he's waiting on. He's waiting for you to get everything confessed. So, yeah, just keep it going.
Yeah. Well, the quiet officers, I don't know if I can hear some of the confessions
Mhm.
I have to make.
I think just to here's your punishment for your confession. If you'll just go to the VFW tomorrow night and dance with all the females there, that'll be your punishment.
Oh, yeah, that's what I tell the ladies down there. If you come here, you're funny like you is. You have to dance with me at least one time.
Yeah, I like that sense of humor. Good sense of humor.
I just have to think about Joe Biden, and he has given that country $1 billion, Albania, whatever you call it, over in the Middle East, some little rinky-dink country, and the Social Security is going broke. They say in another 8 years it'll be broke. Why does he give $8 billion to some other country? Will not take care of the people in his own country.
Mm. Let's see. I'm just sitting here thinking out loud, but I guess I know we're speeding toward a break, Benny. But my first answer is check and see how much of that money makes it back into the pockets or offshore bank accounts of certain individuals.
Exactly.
Well, it's a known fact that they have to return,
Yeah.
discount, give her at least 10, 20, maybe 30%. So
Yeah.
we all know that the kickback is the only reason they give them the money.
All right, brother Benny, we're up against a break there. But, we cannot leave until you say it.
Thank you. I hope everyone has a great day.
Oh yeah. All right, we'll be back.
Well, I'm not going to give you
Yes, a little bit of Alabama for you.
I was wondering how long it was going to take you to play that.
Well, it took Randy Owen's birthday.
Oh, well, there you go. Thank you, Randy.
He is 75 years old today.
Wow.
So big happy birthday to Alabama's Randy Owen. I don't know. Also got a Taylor Swift birthday.
Oh.
I think she just turned 16. No.
Now, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
She's actually 35.
Taylor
So,
Swift's 35. Wow.
That's what it says here in this unreliable show prep that we subscribe to.
She's a gazillionaire.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. There's some more birthdays for you. Let's see. Ted Nugent. Oh, there you go. 76 years old today. Let's see. John Anderson. Look at all these great birthdays here. John Anderson.
Good ones.
I'm going to give me some John Anderson there. He's 70. Let's see. Other birthday, looking down the list. Anybody jumping off the page at me? Dick Van Dyke. Wow. Check it out. Remember him from the Dick Van Dyke Show, Mary Poppins, and all those great shows. What was that medical examiner? I don't know.
He's been so much.
He is 99 years old today.
Well, bless his heart, 99.
Loved him every bit until he finally said, I don't have to worry about the Trump administration because I won't be around to enjoy it. But he's around.
Still here.
But he can't spend his birthday in his own house because he lives in Malibu where all the fire is.
There you go.
So happy birthday, Dick Van Dyke. Appreciate you. There you go. Wow. Anyway, we'll talk about some other things. We're going to get on with our guest here in just a moment, but let's tell people about one of our sponsors.
Well, we got to talk about Billy Adam Calvert and his awesome staff down at Southern Business Supply. Of course, they are located at 5685 Dale Drive, right across the Wayman Mule Bridge.
Yes, indeed.
I got that sign up yet?
Not yet, but we're working on it.
Of course, they're going to be opening up the doors at 8 this morning.
We're cutting out a piece of cardboard today.
There you go. Of course, folks, so when it comes to your office supplies, they've got everything out at Southern Business Supplies. And you can order online at southernbusinesssupply.com. And when you buy local, all the money stays right here in our backyard. Of course, they got full lines of office furniture and home office furniture as well. Desk chairs, filing cabinets, and more. They got an in-house designer as well. So go by and see them today at 5685 Dale Drive in Marion, or call ahead at 601-485-2447. Great family-owned business. Billy Adam Calvert and his family are good folks down there at Southern Business Supply. Once again, it's 485-2447 or online, southernbusinesssupply.com.
I do see a caller who's trying to call in this morning. If you would, caller, if you're listening on the air, just go ahead and you can call back in just a little bit because we have a guest we need to have a visit with. So if you'll do that, just call back and we'll love to talk with you. However, we are glad to have here. He's not really wanting to put you in the can, even though he can do it. He's got all the equipment, even 2 sets of handcuffs that I can see. I don't know what's on the back of his belt. But he would rather you just bring the cans. And, of course, here to talk about the holiday food drive for hunger, here is Patrol Lieutenant Chris Okel. Welcome to our show, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome back.
Appreciate y'all having me.
Oh,
Absolutely.
man, absolutely. And am I correct that you would rather than bring the cans than put them in the can?
Absolutely. Not less paperwork for me.
There you go. Oh, well, tell us a little bit about what you do with the Sheriff's Department, and then we'll get into this great event.
I'm the patrol lieutenant over 4 shifts that work 24 hours a day here in Lauderdale.
Oh, good. You need some help? I'd love to.
Here we go.
Always.
I'm, I've been trying to talk with William Solly, talked with Ward Calhoun. I'm not getting anywhere. So maybe with you here.
We take applications 24 hours a day.
Oh, so I would have to go through the application process.
Well, unfortunately,
That's the way that works.
we would more than happy to have you come.
In other words, let me translate that. I'm not getting anywhere with you either. All right.
Here's your sign.
I don't know why it is that they have never wanted to put a taser and a gun in my hand here in Lauderdale County.
It's that mental check we got to do.
I thought it was the physical part.
We have to pass the psychological.
Both of them.
Both, yeah. A lot of boxes to
A
check.
lot of boxes to check. Well, speaking of boxes, you're going to have some boxes set up to receive canned goods for the hungry, which is pretty cool. Tell us about that.
It's our second year doing this. We got with the Wesley House last year, and they do a Thanksgiving and a Christmas food drive.
Mhm.
Thanksgiving, we got a lot of things going on, and they have other assistance at that time. So we decided last year to help them out on the Christmas drive. So this is our second year doing it. And hopefully we can double what we turned in last year.
Fantastic.
Very good.
So tell us about how people can contribute. And by the way, when they talk about a can drive, folks, they are not talking about you going to your pantry and digging way back and getting the expired best use date cans. Just get the good stuff and bring it down here to where?
We're going to hopefully be able to set up there at the government center flagpole, where you can just drive in off 52nd Avenue to the new government center, go around the flagpole, stop, drop off. We will give you a cup of hot chocolate and cookies. You'll be on your way. Get out of your car.
How about that?
I think that's great. Now, speaking of not getting out of your car, if you want to make this really interesting, you could give prizes to people who could do a hook shot and hit the cans into the box, that kind of thing.
We'll probably be spending a lot of time going around picking up dinner.
Hey, I was thinking about the 3-point line, just kind of if you could get those cans in the box. No, that's very good. And this is a very worthy cause. And while we make light, it's just because it's Fun Friday and we want to do things like that. But this is serious. You're helping people who need assistance, and it's not hard to do. The food's already canned and packed. You just bring the can to the government complex down there off of 22nd Avenue.
Yeah, and if you don't have the opportunity, because I know it's that time of year where everybody's busy and worried about trying to get stuff together for the holidays, and we do take donations also. Again, 100% of that goes to the Wesley House. They use that to purchase Cornish hens and things to go with the food for needy families.
Now, this may come as a surprise to a lot of people out there, but there are people who still literally just write checks. So I'm usually they're like 64 and a half years old and older.
Well, 50, 60.
So if they were to write a check for cash donation, how would they need to make that out?
Well, I don't know that we've actually thought about that, but I guess you could just make it out to one of us there at the sheriff's department. We'd go cash it and have the money turned in then.
Okay, there you go. I didn't know if you could make it directly to the Wesley House or not, or whatever. So,
what the money goes to Cash Saver.
Ah, gotcha.
They've got an account set up there for the Wesley House.
Good deal. Appreciate that.
They take that over and drop it off with them, the cash, and then they've got that money to go in there and pick up their ends and stuff.
Okay, I finally found out what my role is. I'll stand there and I'll receive the checks, and I'll go personally cash them and take care of that.
And then you'll end up in the can.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Okay. Another bad idea for Roger B.
I can sniff that out a mile away.
I know it. No, make it easy. Just you donate cash. Yeah, they'll take care of it.
Yes.
I like that. And if you can't trust the Waldo County Sheriff's Department in this county, then you just can't trust anybody. So you're in good hands. All right. So get your cans, get your cash your cans, bring it down there to the government complex. Pretty cool. So this is the second year.
Yes. Sir.
How'd the first year go?
First year went really well. We had bad weather last year.
Yeah, I remember that.
We ended up doing it in our drive-through Sally Port here at the sheriff's department as opposed to plus we had the issue that the entryway to the government center wasn't open last year yet.
I remember that.
Yeah. So we ended up doing it inside the Sally Port there, which worked out. Drive straight in and again just pull up, drop off, receive your goodies, and then drive on out. In the event we have inclement weather tomorrow, then we'll be doing that as well. We'll be again inside the Sally Port. Okay. I know there was at least for a while a pretty good chance of rain tomorrow.
Looks like sunshine, 59 at 11, and by the time you guys wrap up, 66 and no rain.
Oh,
you should be in good shape tomorrow.
All right.
That's great.
Well, this is a great cause. It's the second annual Lauderdale County Sheriff's Holiday Food Drive for Hunger to support the Wesley House, and that's going to be December 14th, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. That's tomorrow, and all you got to do is go to 612 22nd Avenue and donate your canned goods. Especially, you might be out doing some shopping. You pulling some cans off the shelf there at your grocery store. Why not just pull a couple extra and put them in a bag and just say, "Here you go, fellas. Appreciate and gals." Appreciate what you do for us.
Well, I do appreciate the sheriff's office because you guys do this event. We just had the blood drive not too long ago. I mean, you guys are really, involved in the community and do a lot for it.
That was a bad day for me.
It was a bad day for you. That's another story.
I told them, I said, I'll donate whatever you want.
Okay. Whatever you want.
They
Okay.
wanted white blood cells or whatever.
Yeah.
Where it takes a while.
Yeah.
And
that's
they
platelets
was
probably.
having a hard time getting the vein.
Oh.
And bruised from just below my elbow to midway up my bicep, 3/4 of the way around my arm, and blowing out of vein. But they got it.
They got it though. You see what they do down there? They do everything.
That's it.
Last time you say, "Hey, I'll do anything." I'll do anything.
Well, she said, "Well, if you're willing to do that, we're getting
that. Yeah, we're doing that.
there,
We're going to do that. So that's awesome. But I do appreciate what y'all do out in the community. I know, the law enforcement side is one thing, but giving back to the community is another thing. So that's pretty, especially in the holiday season. So
there you have it. So now, getting on to the serious side of things here. Tell us, what are these drones all about up there in New Jersey?
I wish I'm as frustrated as everybody watching the news. How can you say it's not dangerous, not a threat? We don't know what it is.
Yeah,
like I said, there's better be glad it's in New Jersey, not Mississippi, because I think we'd be taking matters into our own hands.
Well, I can tell you why they haven't landed yet. They're flying around New Jersey looking for a nice green field with a man with coveralls and no shirt. And they're not going to find that till they come down here.
That's right.
Then they can land and put a little person on board and investigate. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know where that came from. No, it's just fun. So other than that, here we are, good full year and a half, I guess, into the new administration with the Sheriff Department. Everything going pretty good.
Everything's going well, sir.
Excellent. Good. Glad to hear that. And just get in there, if you will. Go say hello to your boss. Tell him hi for us.
Yes, sir.
Looking forward to him coming in here. Well, we're your boss. We're the people. But, the sheriff. Tell him hi.
We'll see him Tuesday.
And see if you can get any work out of Brian out there.
You can only get so much.
Wow. Just like that blood drive, right? You only get so much out of that. You only get so much. That is so great. Well, before you go, we've got somebody checking in here, so let's take a phone call. Good morning, caller. Welcome to our show.
Well, I just thought I'd address the issue you're discussing, and Remington has just released a new drone load.
Who, what now?
Remington just released a new drone load.
Oh, Remington. Okay.
Remington. Okay. All right. Hey.
Do you suppose those drones are looking for those 1,500 guys or gals that Biden committed their sentences or those 39 that he pardoned?
I tell you what,
those folks?
the things you could do if you were president.
One day record.
That's a Biden-esque move right there.
Drones can be beautiful if they form images in the sky and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. I love a good drone show.
But I don't think this is happening in New Jersey. I've got a Facebook friend up there that's really concerned about it.
And I am concerned too that the public, the grounded public, don't really fully understand drones versus airplanes sometimes, or helicopters. So there probably has been. I mean, there's a lot of air traffic over that area, so some of them are probably hearing drones and seeing airplanes, and so yeah, I get there's probably a lot of that.
Well, that's true. Black helicopters exist, but anyway.
There you go.
All right. Chime in on a cold Sunday morning.
Ooh, 13. I hope you're not superstitious or anything like that.
Excuse me?
I said Friday the 13th. I hope you're not superstitious or anything like that.
Roger, I am so grateful that you brought that to my attention, which I was not quite aware of this early in the morning. You have just made my day. What can I say?
There you go. No triskaidekaphobia, whatever you call this. None of that phobia for you.
No, I take medication for it.
There you go. Good one. All right. Well, it's the second annual Lauderdale County Sheriff's Holiday Food Drive. Takes place tomorrow. Go drop off some cans of food or some cash at the government complex, 612 22nd Avenue. You all know where it is, that nice new big building where you have to go to court. So,
been there, done that, have we?
Well, I was selected as a juror.
All right.
Potential jurors. Don't get the wrong. Don't read into that more than is there. And contribute. So, Chris Kokel, thank you so much for taking time to be with us. And
Appreciate y'all.
absolutely. Anything else you want to say before we let you go this morning?
It is the holiday season. Please, if you're going to be out indulging in some adult movies, just get it done.
Amen.
Designated driver. Good advice. Because otherwise, you can go to county.org and find all the checkpoints. There you go. We'll be right back. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after this break. Oh, that's why he was at Charlotte Johnson's house. It was Christmas and, eating some pie and never having some good times there.
Yeah. A few things happen, and,
That's 70-year-old John Anderson. Gave us some good music there to listen to. So thank you, John. Happy birthday to you.
Appreciate Chris Kokel for coming by to see us this morning.
We do appreciate
Big
him.
food drive tomorrow at 11 to 3 down at the government complex.
He's a good feller.
Absolutely.
He's
Appreciate
a good feller. All of these guys in uniform with guns and handcuffs and tasers, I'm going to call them good fellers.
I know that.
And if they ask me to pull over and show my license and registration, I'll be happy to do that.
What do we always say? Be fearful when you see the men and women in the green.
Green's here.
Green's here. Well, that business just picked up.
There you go. Mornings in Meridian. So happy to have you out there. And of course, thanks to our big sponsors. We're so glad to have. We love our sponsors, like the good folks up at Doc's Toyota.
Amen to that. Of course, folks, you've got somebody out there on your Christmas list. And boy, if you are going to buy them a new vehicle, boy, you're going big time with them. And the place to get that vehicle is going to be at Doc's Toyota. Of course, they have a big closeout sale of all their 24 models, and 25s are on the lot right now. Of course, you can check out the inventory online right now before you make the trip, docstoyota.com. And it's always good to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape. They got one of the best service departments out there. They're open right now till 5 o'clock today, and they'll even be open tomorrow from 8 until noon. So get your vehicle serviced before you make all those Christmas trips this year, because that's around the corner before you know it. So shop with Doc's. They're on Highway 16 West there in Philadelphia. Of course, what do we always say? Some dealerships, they'll give you a deal on maybe a couple of dollars here, a couple of dollars there, maybe a little prize, a little giveaway. They're going to put you in a drawing for something. But at Doc's, there is no deal like a Doc's deal. That's right.
Man, we're getting good at that.
That's right.
Mornings in Meridian. Good morning, caller. Welcome to our show. We have a couple minutes.
Okay, couple minutes all left in knees.
Hey, Lefty.
Rob, I want to ask you, since you're the music man and know all these facts, I heard that John Anderson was discovered while roofing a house.
I believe so. Yeah.
And so I guess they're in the Nashville area, but there's some music guy that was in the industry for some reason. Was either walking by or it was his own house or whatever, and he heard him singing up there. And his workers always said he's always singing.
Yeah, I believe
he
that.
sings about anything and everything. Is that true?
I've heard something.
You know?
I've heard something along those lines about John before. So, I mean, it's like, good Lord. But some of these stories with how these, with some of these stories about how these artists are discovered. I mean, they should do like a big book, not just on one artist, but a whole big thing on a lot of them. So,
I'm not a real country music aficionado. Is how that's pronounced, isn't it? Is that some type of bass? I can't remember.
I don't know. Sounds good to me.
Look at him trying to bring the bass up here. I'll tell you what. All right.
I had a good friend up in Chattanooga, Tennessee, when I was going to a school up there, and that's what he was. He picked up that song. He was always walking around singing, "Just a swinging,
just a swinging." Oh yeah,
and,
that's a good one.
That is the funniest song.
All right.
The best one I heard the other day was part to Mustang GT Christmas song.
There you go.
There you go.
Good job.
Part two with Mustang GT. Yeah, that was hilarious.
Thank you, Lefty. We got to take a break.
All right. Have a good one.
Thank you. We'll be back. You All right, welcome back to Mornings in Meridian. It is the second hour of the two best hours of local live talk radio right here in East Mississippi, West Alabama. So glad you're tuned in and listening to the show after a cup of that good Colombian Select medium roast and my pack of Famous Amos cookies. I'm ready to go for this second hour here.
And we are taking coffee maker request at 601-485-9191.
I just had a great idea. During the break.
Uh-oh.
Why don't we get somebody to supply us a coffee maker, and we'll make that the sponsor. Well, they'll sponsor the coffee maker.
I like it.
We'll be drawing a cup. If there's somebody out there who would like to sponsor the coffee maker,
Or if you just want it to be, hey, if it's a listener, but like, hey, it's the so-and-so coffee maker.
This is the radio version of GoFundMe. Anyway.
Yeah, right. That means y'all are too lazy to walk down the hallway. Look at you.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now. I we could even run it by Charles. Maybe, that's we got to investigate that.
Yeah, because we've been getting a lot of ideas during the breaks and all throughout the show this morning. So, hey, why not?
Taking the Magnolia Restaurant coffee maker, or the Weidman's coffee. There's all kind of options there.
Whatever works.
Somebody wants to be the sponsor of that. It's Mornings in Meridian. We're glad you're out there tuned in. Our number here is 601-485-9191. Or if you're talking in auctioneer language, it's 601-601-45-9191. That's the number. Hey, let's go to the phones. Good morning. How you doing?
MAGA morning, true American patriots.
Sold. There he is.
MAGA, MAGA, MAGA.
I'm telling you.
Though the demon cat darkness tries to hide thee, though thy glory they will not see.
Wow.
Only Trump can lead us. Only God can save us. Keep America the land of the brave and free.
Look at this. I love it.
I know how John Anderson was discovered, and I'm not sure if his is going to be discovered or not.
Oh, no. I sound like I'm singing a duet between a cat being strangled and a cow giving birth.
Accompanied by a Scottish bagpipe.
There you go.
All right.
Anyway, good to hear from you, sir.
Haz, I'm glad you called because I'm going to tell you one thing, Haz, Matt. You know who I'm a big fan of? Tom Homan.
Oh, absolutely.
I am a big fan of his right now.
He is the new czar, baby.
Yes, he's not messing
around. Have you seen it?
Fixing to take names and deport some asses.
Have you seen an incumbent? Have you not incumbent? Have you seen an administration that's in transition start working so much?
Oh no! And the thing about it, he's gonna put these sanctuary cities and states on notice. Hey, look now, we're coming after you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it needs to be. But I can't wait to Elon Musk. I can't even pronounce this other guy's name. It's worse than mine.
Vivek Ramaswamy?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Sweepy Mammy or something. But they're going to be in charge of doggy. D-O-G-E. Doggy.
Yeah, doggy.
That's it. And government waste and abuse and cut back on. They need to take a battle axe to some of these government agencies and these bureaucrats. Something else I'd like to see. Nobody died and made America God over the earth. We don't need to borrow money to give people that hate us. I think $1 billion.
Sure did.
What did he do for the American veterans? What did he do for the American people? Look, we borrow money to give to other people. It's you can't save the world till you save yourself. This country needs to be corrected first. Don't worry about what your neighbor's yard looks like until you clean your own yard up.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like these missionaries, man. I mean, I understand the evangel movement. Really, I do. You know, we want to go to the dark side of the moon to tell people about Jesus, but we ain't gonna walk across the yard and tell our neighbor about him.
Mm.
Let's clean your own game up first. And there's enough problems in America. We need to solve our issues first. But man, I saw an article about Elon Musk. He's $400 billion. Now, my little redneck mind can't get that many zeros in a pile. 400 billion. Now, that's the richest man that ever walked the face of the earth.
Yep.
And he evidently is a success and knows how to make this government a success by cutting out the waste and abuse. And I wish they'd do something on the welfare and all these other give to programs. Listen, I don't mind giving somebody a hand up, but they need to help themselves. We need to make people independent, not dependent. You're not a pet to be monitored and taken care of from before birth to after death. You've got to pull your own weight on that rope. Now, we need to give you an education, give you a skill, get you some kind of job. Maybe the government needs to go back to the CCC program, you know, give people a job, building bridges, building infrastructure, whatever, schools, and teach them a trade.
Whoa. You're expecting people to work for their assistance?
Well, it's just like I'm going to date myself, and I'm glad I'm able to do that. Work! We've made work a vulgar four-letter word like Maynard G. Krebs on Dobie Gillis.
Yeah.
Mr. G, you expect me to work?
Yeah. Now,
Work is the price of success. Yes. And when I graduated Meridian High School, I think the Romans, maybe the reign of Tiberius, was still in charge. But on our class ring, it had truth, honor, work. And we need to make people responsible for their own self. This country was built on rugged independence. You know, I'm going to be able to pull my own weight and take care of my issues and my family, and I'm not going to be a parasite on the government. But we have created this over time to where we have generational welfare. They teach you to the next generation coming on, and nobody has ambition or desire to ever break free of the demon cat plantation.
You know, Haz, I was thinking about this just a second ago as you were talking about the welfare state of America right now. You always hear Trump. You always hear Trump talk about the swamp that he tried to drain in his first administration. That particular swamp is so deep and so murky.
No one more man's going to be able to drain it.
That is a problem. I don't think it can be reversed.
That can drain it and I believe Trump is going to listen to whatever God tries to put on his heart and mind to drain it.
Well,
it needs to be drained.
Yeah. Well, my biggest concern about the and don't get me wrong, I want a more efficient government. However, I'm sure there are a lot of people, I would say, that are occupying offices in Washington, D.C., and I mean literally offices, not political office. There are people who are occupying offices or working from home because they still haven't returned to their office after COVID.
Yeah.
That are probably not necessary. And that's where I would like to see the fat start to be cut. Now, what I would not like to see is where you start really affecting some of the contract jobs that are out there where people in our local community are making a living. Let's take, for example, we have Lockheed right here, had it for years, and that's an important part. So I don't know that you'd want to go so far that you start hurting
waste and abuse. We don't need to cut the muscle. We need to cut the fat.
There you go.
Well, I mean
that's cut the fat, not the muscle.
There's enough of that pork out there that it needs to be cut. And, we become a nation where everybody's entitled. Nobody's entitled to anything. Nobody owes you anything.
Well, if we talk
get
about
over your victim card and get you an education and a skill and show us that you've got the capability.
Guys, you want to hear examples of government waste? Are you ready for this crap? The Department of Education this past year spent over $1 billion of your taxpayer dollars promoting DEI in America's schools. I'm not done yet.
That is a man-made concept.
Yeah.
It is not spiritual or biblical in any sense.
Half a million on race-based hiring and over $500,000 for DEI programming. If you're ready for this one, the federal government spends 80% of its annual $100 billion IT budget on maintaining outdated systems with our U.S. government. I mean, that's just a tip of the iceberg right there.
That's right. And Musk, he's going to be like a bloodhound, man. He's going in there. He's going to be on the track and trail, and he is going to take this mess down.
Mm-hmm.
And there's too many people sucking on the government tit. You know, if you want to be an American, be a real card-carrying American. You know, get a job, be efficient, try to be an asset to this country instead of a deficit. Just like these illegal alien criminal invaders, we got enough worthless garbage up here of our own already. We don't need to import anymore. And we need to put these people in jobs and on the street and out of the housing projects and out of the Give To programs. You know, you can't make somebody improve themselves by just giving them something because they never appreciate it, because they don't have any blood, sweat, and tears in it. That's what America's about.
Mm-hmm. Now, here's another one for you, Haas, before we let you go. In 2023, $759 million was spent on workforce diversity and outreach with government dollars. I mean, it's just, it just keeps going.
Yeah. And here's the deal. That diversity, equity, equality, inclusiveness, tolerance is what's got this damn country in the state it's in today. Nobody can declare you to be equal. If you want to be equal, show me you're equal. Get out there and get a job and excel at it. No, you're not equal just because somebody declares it. Who do these people think they are? Do they think they're God? No, they're not. You know, here are people out there busting the bricks every morning, working hard every day, so you can sit and do nothing, and you're going to tell me you're equal? No, you're not. No, you're not. I don't care if it's in red, purple, pink, green, or gold in the Bible, which I know it's not. I do not believe that. And I've got a right to believe what I want to believe.
There you go.
But if you're gonna be an American, you need to be a real American. And real Americans, they love that flag. They stand on the Constitution and the Bible, and they work for a living. They're not a parasite. They're an asset to this country. And they declared that they will defend this nation against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That's right.
All right.
And when I took that oath, I was a young man, but now I'm an old man. But you know what? I have never and will never rescind that oath. So help me God. Roger that.
Bam. But Roger, going back to that number real quick.
Fired him up with those government waste numbers there.
The $1 billion in promoting DEI in America's schools. Here's a breakdown on that. $489 million for race-based hiring, $343 million on DEI programming, and $169 million, just over that, for DEI mental health initiatives with the Department of Education. $1 billion of taxpayer dollars going to that program,
you know,
those programs.
I would love to ask our local school superintendents, what would be different? What would be different in the education of our young people here in Lauderdale County or the city of Meridian if the federal Department of Education ceased to exist? What difference would it make in our education of our kids right here?
Good question.
I think I know the answer, Rob. I think I know what they would tell me.
And also, if you start to look at some of this other stuff that the Department of Government Efficiency has put out, the United States gives more in aid to foreign countries. Are you ready for this? Than the next 9 countries combined. The question that Musk and Ramaswamy are asking, where exactly is that money going and how is it being spent?
That's why these countries can get this money, because there's not a very close tab on how the money is spent from these countries and how much makes it back into their bank accounts.
And also, America once prided itself in building great projects. Now these projects are hampered by bureaucracy and overregulation. It will have taken almost 25 years to permit and construct the Gross Reservoir Expansion Project in Colorado, expected to be completed in 2027. And they just go on down the list of all these projects on different parts of the in different parts of the country, rather, reservoirs and other construction projects that are being held up because of government regulation with Clean Air Acts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you start peeling back the onion, folks, just the billions of dollars that are just being wasted.
And that's the waste they need to go after. That's what I'm saying. You know, it's we just don't want people to become unemployed that are hardworking, like in our local communities that are working for these, you know, whether you're building steel for bridges or parts for airplanes, you know, that kind of thing.
Well, and the thing about it is, you know, I really wanted to point out that DEI part in the Department of Education. But if you notice, right after the election, corporations like Walmart and others, we're doing away with the DEI programs. All of a sudden, as soon as an election happens, and a Republican wins, it's like
making the adjustment.
Yeah, we're going to make that big adjustment right here, right now. So,
and by the way, that's what big corporations do. They're not going to go away. They've just been in flex with the political atmosphere and try to play along, and then you know, that's what you expect.
Yeah, that's pretty eye opening in the Department of Education, though.
Having some winds of change coming right now. Some winds of change.
Wasn't really a wind; it was a large gust.
One of those straight line winds coming
darn
through.
right it was.
It blew through about November. What date was that? November
5th.
Yep. Big straight line wind coming through the country.
Yep.
And I think Ms. Harris felt it.
I hadn't heard from her a lot lately.
Never heard from her a lot before. So what else is new?
We're hearing more from the guy that's going to be the border czar about the border than we ever heard from the border czar that's been in there for almost 4 years.
More interviews about the border in the last month from this man than you got a whole 4 years from the border czar, Kamala Harris.
There's a new group coming to town, and they're bringing a lot of change with them. So
tell them I'm coming. Hell's coming with me.
That's right.
Mornings at Meridian. Want to thank our big sponsors, like the good folks at State Farm Insurance.
Jeffrey.
That's Jeffrey Wilson we're talking about right there.
Absolutely. Jeffrey is such a good guy, folks. And go by and see him today at 2401 Highway 39 North. And tell you what, like a good neighbor, State Farm is always there for you when it comes to your insurance. And Jeffrey is such a good hometown agent. He is involved in so many good local events. I mean, the Downtown Optimist Club, Fellowship of Christian Athletes. I mean, you name it, Boys and Girls Club. Folks, he is entrenched in our community, and you want to support good folks like that because they're going to be out to look out for you as a good client there with State Farm. So go by today and see him at 2401 Highway 39 North and talk about combining your home and auto insurance, because you can save on average, folks. It's just an average number. $889. We're all trying to save dollars, especially around the holiday season. Go by and see them. You can improve on your rates there and see what options are available there at Jeffrey Wilson State Farm, or call ahead at 601-483-8253, because navigating through the field of insurance, it is a tricky situation. You want to work with an expert and a good local agent as well. That is our good buddy Jeffrey
State
Farm is there for you.
Absolutely. All right. Yeah, he wants to come on to talk about the insurance business a little bit. So
he's always got an open door.
We need to work that out with him. Answer questions and bring out some good points about the insurance business.
Because insurance is let's just say it's an ever evolving world. How about that?
Unnecessary evil, maybe. I don't know. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say it that way. You got to have it.
That's
It's
you got to have it, and some folks don't have it.
Yeah. And the reason you have to have more of it now is because lawyers have been able to advertise. No, that's why.
You've been injured in a sorry.
Oh, easy. Oh,
My bad.
I'm telling you. Well, it was 24 years ago.
Yeah.
You talk about elections and the election process. It was 24 years ago on this date, year 2000, Al Gore officially conceded to George W. Bush to be president.
Give it to me. Turn down the music. We're trying to sleep around here.
This and other songs that won't make your Christmas party playlist.
Pass the note.
That's Ted Nugent.
I thought that was Ted.
Ted Nugent turned 75. No, he's 76 years old.
Or if he
today.
could still do that when it's 76.
Oh, man. Oh. That's funny.
Somebody turn on the radio. What the heck are we doing?
One of the funniest lines from the Ocean's 11 movie with Brad Pitt and George Clooney is George comes out of jail and Brad Pitt picks him up with a big print silk shirt. He said Ted Nugent called, said he wants a shirt back.
Yeah. I'll give Clooney that one. So.
Yeah, Clooney's got some good ones, I guess. But, hey, he's going to take a break from politics now.
Just
A little bit too late, George.
Just make movies and music and shut up.
But anyway, we have Ted Nugent, 76. Alabama's Randy Owen is 75 years old. Taylor Swift is 35. For all you Swifties out there, excuse me, for the Swiftie out there that listens to our show, we'd like for you to call in. Tell us who you are.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Romeo. Give me okay. Here we go. Yeah. Let's see. John Anderson, the performer, we played some music by him. 70 years old today. Dick Van Dyke is 99. Wonder if he could take that little fall over the ottoman like he did on the beginning of his show.
Step in time.
There you go. Let's see. Got Dick Van Dyke. Let's see. Jamie Foxx. He's 57 today.
He's had a couple of health scares recently. So, yeah.
There you go. And the late Christopher Plummer. 1929. He was born on this day. And of course, that's a good. Let's see. New York Jets football coach turned analyst Rex Ryan, 62.
I think that was the last time the Jets were somewhat good when he was the coach.
When he was the coach? Okay. Back when the New York Jets had a winning season.
We're going to get Aaron Rodgers, and life's going to be just okay as you sit here 3-10. There you go. Congratulations.
What did he get hurt the first game last season or something, or a couple seasons ago?
It was They signed this big contract. Oh, he's swooping in to save the day, and then a play or two in, he ruptures his Achilles.
Okay, so, I'm going to be on the sideline this season. Good luck, y'all.
And then this season, he's been a shell of himself. So
I'm going to be on the sideline counting my money.
Yeah, while the Jets
steak again.
Maybe in the pro football, you really don't have to be good. Just have to show up. I mean, this is a business, right? All these owners. I mean,
well, that's college football too.
Oh, you went there.
I did.
College football, the other professional league,
semi-pro.
I'm interested to see what the long-term effect that's going to have on college football, because I think there are people losing interest now.
Well, I mean, it's just
people who are fired up over college football because it was like the real deal, right?
Yeah.
No.
Well, I mean, it's
not anymore.
They're paid, so it's unbelievable. I don't want to hear any coaches, athletic directors, or presidents saying, we've got this great group of student athletes. I think student has officially been flushed now. They are not there for the academic part of this whole thing.
Here's the deal. We're going to pay you this many million a year, and we're going to make sure somebody's there to tutor you, make sure you get your homework in. They're going to handle that. They're going to handle that part of it. You just come in and play for us, and that'll be fine.
Well, it's like I always use the example of the young man. His name escapes me right now, but it was a quarterback. I think he's like one of the top recruits in the country. Michigan and LSU basically got into a bidding war to get this guy. Has not played a college snap yet, and he has already got, I think, $5 or $6 million in his NIL deal, and he hasn't played it down yet. I mean, it's just unbelievable.
NIL, that spells what I think about college football right now. Nil. Nil.
I will say this. On the way in this morning, I stopped by a local convenience store just off the interstate. There was a group of folks driving to Atlanta this morning from Jackson State. They're playing for the HBCU National Championship tomorrow. Celebration Bowl against South Carolina State. It was a lot of their staff members. I've said, hey, you guys going to the game? And they were like, yes. So we got to work the game. So they were going over a day early to get in Atlanta. So good luck to them. So.
And we're not afraid of acronyms. It's the HBCU. It's the historically black
colleges and universities
championship.
Yep, they're playing tomorrow at 11 o'clock in Atlanta.
Cool. All righty. Well, there you have it, folks. Our number here is 601-485-9191.
And it's Army-Navy Day tomorrow, too.
Oh, that's your favorite day.
That's my favorite game.
Look at you. I know what you're going to be doing. You're going to get that big can of Cheez-Its this time, aren't you?
Yep, big bucket.
Sit there and watch the game. Get some Dr. Peppers and some Cheez-Its, and there you go. Good morning, caller. Welcome to our show.
Good morning.
Hey.
A few minutes ago, you were talking about government waste.
Yeah.
It reminded me, years ago, my wife had an uncle who worked for NASA.
Mm-hmm.
And my wife had lived up in Huntsville. And my wife and I were coming from the mountains, and we were going to come through Huntsville and stop and see him. And he said, meet me at the front gate at 5 p.m.
The front gate
so we
at 5
met
p.m.
at 5 p.m. at the front gate, and we got to go on an extended tour that nobody else gets to go on because all the workers are gone, you know.
Mm.
And so, you know, when you're going on some of these tours in places, you know, they'll have a rope set up or whatever. Well, he'd just reach over and take that rope down, and we'd walk on through and get to see some really neat stuff up there in Huntsville at the Space Center.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he worked in something called a block house. At Huntsville, they have test stands.
Mm-hmm.
And they have test stands that will test fire rocket engines.
Right, yeah.
They also test fuel cells. You know, where they'll take a fuel cell and put it in this stand, and this stand is a C-shaped piece of concrete.
Okay.
I don't know how many stories tall it is, but they're big. They're huge.
Sure.
And they take these fuel cells, put them inside this test stand, and they attach like hydraulic arms to them.
Mm-hmm.
And then they cover the fuel cells with wires that all go underground and lead to this blockhouse, and that's where all the computers are. And they'll take these fuel cells and they'll twist them just ever so slightly in every imaginable position. They'll twist them just a little bit, and they take stress tests on these cells.
Well, it sounds important.
Yeah. Well, we in the blockhouse, and the blockhouse was probably, gosh, I'm going from almost 40 years ago now, trying to remember, but I think it was somewhere like probably 60 by 60.
Okay.
And it's a 2-story. The bottom floor is just desk and computers all in it. Then he said, now, let me go show you something. And we went upstairs. Upstairs is, of course, the same size, and it is full of computer equipment. He said, you see all this computer equipment? It's been used one time. I said, what? He said, yeah. They'll buy brand new computer equipment, make one test on a fuel cell, then we pack all this computer equipment up, and we bring it up here to the second floor, and we store it. And we never use it again.
Wow.
When we run out of space, we start throwing stuff away to make space for more computer equipment that's only used one time.
Wow.
And
that's crazy.
He said, here's government waste.
Yeah, exactly. Good night.
Now, I hope that you haven't, I hope you haven't shared information with us that's going to put your life in danger.
It don't matter.
It don't matter.
Good night.
That's funny.
It don't matter.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
Yeah,
I love it.
yeah. It's like Ron White said when he was on telling a joke about getting on a little plane
Yeah.
and one of the engines went out and this fellow sitting next to him was going crazy.
Mhm.
He said that fella must have had a lot to live for. You know, but Ron didn't care. You know.
Yeah, so what? Yeah, the engine went out. No biggie. I love it.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And he also told us about that the test stand.
Yeah.
He said where they test rocket engines, they have of course, they have a rail system, you know, railroad tracks where they pull in the rocket engines, or where they'll pull in a fuel cell or something. But where they test rocket engines, there are exhaust elbows that are pushed in up under the rocket engine to exhaust all those exhaust flames, the gases, and everything else out across a huge field, you know. Well, for some reason, the test stand where my uncle worked, they never tested engines there. They only tested fuel cells. But for some reason, he said somebody wanted to test a rocket engine at his test stand.
Okay.
So they had to build an exhaust elbow
Right.
from scratch. They built a brand new one, pushed it up under there, tested one engine, and that's all. One engine, pushed that elbow out to the exhaust elbow out to the side, and it's sitting there, had been unused for years and years.
Well,
He
there
said
you go.
There was some more government waste.
Jeez.
It's that open. It's that open checkbook. You know, one of the phrases I always enjoyed hearing from government operations. That's whether it's state or federal or even local. It's like, hey, we need to spend it so we don't lose our budget next year.
That's right. That's right. Down at Stennis Space Center.
Yeah.
There was one
They test engines down there, don't they?
I don't know what all they do down there anymore.
Okay.
Because I think they shut part of it down, didn't they?
I'm not sure.
Cut back on some of what they did there.
I'm gonna have to go down there.
There was
check it out.
One of the people who here in Lauderdale County that has a junkyard. He got some kind of contract to haul away some stuff from down there. And he was picking up boxes, and when he would bring them back, he said, let me see what's in these boxes. Tools, brand new, still in the box, never been used.
Wow. Jeez.
Yeah. He said boxes and boxes of tools that have never been used.
Wow.
Trying to get rid of money so they don't get the budget cut.
Don't want to lose that budget. There you go. That might be one area that Dodgy can look at.
Now, something real quick on reducing the government workforce.
Yes.
You can do it through attrition.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the retirement.
Let's say there's 10 people in this office of 100 that are going to retire this year. We'll only hire 5 of them back.
Perfect.
Take the duties of those other 5 and spread them amongst the 95.
Ooh, look at you. Look at you. All right. I'm gonna tell Trump about you. I'm gonna tell him you might be looking for a part-time job.
No.
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 Okay.
No. I wouldn't want to go up there for nothing.
No, I hear you. I hear you.
But yeah, attrition.
Good job.
You don't fire anyone.
Yeah.
You don't fire anyone.
You just don't replace them.
Rehire.
Good job.
Yeah,
hey, I appreciate that.
All right, let me let you go.
Hey,
I'm
good to
going
talk
back
with
work.
you. Hey, thank you, sir. Appreciate you. We need to take this break. We'll come back. I'm Roger. He's Rob.
Yeah.
And we'll tell you where to get your best business machines when we come back. Oh, yes. I know it. You won't believe it. But the performers of this song were contemporaries with Ted Nugent.
Yeah.
So-
let that sink in for a second.
So the charts were shared by a lot of different music types back in the 70s.
Turn that mess down.
So, and I was a Carpenters fan. I love the Carpenters.
You can hear the Carpenters on our Christmas station right now, 106.9 The Eagle.
That's right. All Christmas music all day long.
That's right. So if you want it, it's there.
Mm-hmm. And then enough eggnog at the end of the day to get you through it.
That's right.
If I hear that jingle bell rock one more time.
Ding, 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 ding. Mornings in Meridian. Glad you're out there. But we're going to tell you right now, it doesn't have to be a Christmas gift. It just might be something you need for the office. The best place to get a good copier, a printer, or some sort of great business machine that talks to all the computers and personal devices, just go to Purvis Business Machines.
That's right. If it's even something for the home office, or hey, what about your church? You always have to have your office equipment tip-top shape
Got to have that
at the church. But lease return color copiers, folks, we've been talking about it for years. Savings up to 85%. And of course, beautiful showroom down there at 4505 Highway 39 North in Meridian. Of course, you can check things out online at gopurvis.com. And of course, the Purvis family, boy, I can't say enough about Jerry and Betty Purvis. Just good folks down there at Purvis Business Machines. And of course, Don Lucas also can get you squared away. Sell, service, rent, lease, all of those name brands like Toshiba, CopyStar, Kia, Surrey, Hewlett Packard. The list goes on. Those all-in-one devices. And we've got one of those. Well, I got one Purvis machine right here in the
staring
studio.
right at it.
Staring right at that label right there. Red, white, and blue.
There it
Purvis.
is.
So 601-693-COPY. That is 601-693-COPY. Or go by and see them and wish them a Merry Christmas at 4505 Highway 39 North in Meridian, or online at gopurvis.com. And they've been saying it for years. They live by it, and they're true to their words. Service, not excuses, since 1979. That is Purvis Business Machines.
All right, it's Mornings in Meridian. Glad you're out there tuned in. Our number, 601-485-9191. Good morning, caller. Welcome to our show.
Good morning, guys. Come in peace. Love everybody, and there's nothing you can do about it.
I'm telling you right now, sounds like Mississippi James checking in.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Fun Friday, just checking in.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
I enjoyed listening to that last caller talking about the different things in the government, all the waste.
Oh, yeah,
You know?
yeah.
So there's a lot that can be cut off the top, even before we get down to the bottom, like them $800 hammers they use. Those screws that sells for $50 a piece, So it's a lot to be desired. But he was right. You look at some of them budgets, I don't know how many meetings I've been in where they got to zero it out. In order to ask for an increase next year, you got to make sure you spend everything this year.
And I'm a little sensitive to that because, my wife gives me an allowance, and I want to make sure I get that allowance spent so she don't cut back on that,
And if there's, we do know inflation is there and whatnot. So for us cutting back, it's sort of hard to cut it unless you got a whole system, that's going to be cutting through the whole system.
Right.
But generally, hey, you got to use it up in order to ask for more.
I'd be willing to bet you there's somebody in Washington that's not needed. That's doing
somebody do what now?
I bet there's somebody in Washington that has a job that's not necessary.
Oh, plenty of them.
Yeah.
Hey, that's another way of getting rid of the budget is to add another level of bureaucracy.
Yeah, I hear you. That's for sure. Well, I'm glad you heard that. And hey, I'm sorry I missed you last week.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll be back. Get a picture of us?
I did. I sure did.
All right. Hey, I know time is running out.
Yeah.
My wife had a revelation while she was there.
Okay, go ahead.
Now, her mother been deceased almost 10 years.
Yes.
Now, while we were sitting there,
Yeah.
And I'm used to, being in a Baptist.
Got
where we
15
the
seconds.
choir and
15
the organs
seconds.
and all that.
Yeah.
Making a happy noise to the Lord.
Yeah.
Was there? It was a little more settled.
Yeah.
And she sat there. I don't know whether she was dozing off or what.
Okay.
But she looked at me and she said, "Where did my mother go?"
Okay, there you go. We got to get out of here. Al, have a great day.